Hi everyone, and welcome to our December member spotlight. My name is Kasia Westwood, and today I'm talking to Nick from Naturally Talented Me. Welcome, Nick.
Hello there. Hi. Thanks for having us on.
Lovely. So Nick, tell us what is Naturally Talented Me and what do you offer?
So Naturally Talented Me is a digital careers and employability platform. It's designed to support individuals who are potentially slightly further from the jobs market, and that may be due to their situation or circumstance. It may be due to their label, and by that I mean individuals who come from communities that maybe society has a perception of, and that may be a SEND community, it may be ex-offender, it may be refugees, it may be over 50s, ex-military, lower socioeconomic homeless people. So a whole variety of individuals who don't necessarily stand out by virtue of their traditional academic background or their qualifications, yet have massive potential. And the platform is designed to support those individuals to showcase their natural talents through an innovative way of selecting hobbies and interests and aligning those with employability traits for a whole variety of careers in the market.
Fantastic. So my understanding is that your digital platform can make a difference to both the individual participant and the organization that supports them. Mm-hmm. So what are the benefits for the participants?
So very varied and numerous, really. So first and foremost, it helps that individual identify their own potential. And very often an individual may not be aware of what they have to offer the employment market and what talents they possess. And it could be that many individuals have been told frequently that maybe they aren't employable for whatever reason, and they don't have those traditional qualifications, as I referenced earlier. So for the individual, first and foremost, it's about revealing potential and revealing talents through the process of selecting hobbies and interests. It then also allows them to showcase that potential and to evidence that potential through the use of video and imagery and uploading of documents. So you end up with a digital three-dimensional profile, or what we call a CV, which I know is a little bit cheesy, but it's a take on a CV. It's a digital version of your CV, a CV. And then at the end of the platform, it also allows you to align yourself, or the platform aligns you to a whole range of careers that share the same talents that you have in your unique talent mix. And so it starts to offer opportunities that maybe individuals have never considered before, in sectors they've not considered and job roles they've never heard of. And it can start to explore opportunities that are maybe things that are just outside of their remit previously.
Fantastic. Having worked in employability for over 14 years myself, and you know, when I started, I was an employment advisor myself. I wish I would have had your digital platform, your tool at the time. That would have been a life changer.
Yeah.
So you obviously work with a partner organization that are able to use your tool. Tell me a bit more about those partnerships. How do you work with them? So and what are the benefits for them?
Okay, so the partnerships will vary. So we've got a number of, we work with local councils. So we work with Surrey County Council and Essex County Council, and they have invested in the product and the platform to then offer it to a range of schools and colleges within their regions. So we work with some special educational need colleges and schools, those that are particularly supporting those who have those special educational needs and disabilities. We're working with intervention organisations such as homeless foundations, such as YMCA, and others to help support individuals from those different communities. And what it gives those organisations or schools or colleges is visibility of the data for each of their cohorts of whether they are learners, whether they're participants, whether they're users, depending on the community. And they can see a breakdown of the mix of talent, the mix of career alignment and hobbies and interests across that community, which means they can use that data much more effectively for employer outreach and conversations that's much more targeted. So an example might be a school has 100 learners who are using the platform, of which maybe 15 look as though they could be suitable for being maybe a chef as a job role. They match the talents to be a chef, which means that school or college can do outreach with local hospitality organizations or restaurants and say, look, we've got a number of students here, of learners, who we think might be suited to your roles. Why don't you come in and have a chat with them so we can just assess whether or not there's interest. And that works across a whole range of different sectors. So it's the data that's key for those participating organisations that we support, gives them much more visibility and richness of content that they've never had before, all in one place. And linked in with vocational profiling and barriers to employment that we capture, you end up with a much more useful set of data that informs your decision making and your interventions.
That's fantastic. Sounds amazing. Thank you. So you've mentioned some of the partner organizations. Is there anyone else you work with, partner with?
So we work, as I say, with local councils, with schools and colleges of a whole variety, intervention organisations. We're starting to work with the DWP, so working with Job Centre Plus. We're looking at connections within the prison service and probation services to be able to offer that for when individuals, offenders, are released into society and are looking for support. And we also work with employers to enable them to talent profile their existing employee mix to see where they may have some talent gaps within their organisation. And if you combine that also with the capture of diversity data, so whether you have any underrepresentations across your business, you may have a shortfall in a particular demographic background or a particular ethnicity or an age group or a gender mix, it then allows you to inform your talent attraction strategy. If you know where you have a talent gap, you may have a shortfall in problem solving and creativity, for example, you can go to market and mix that up with your diversity underrepresentations and have a much more targeted attraction strategy as you go to recruit in the external market. So it's that whole combination, schools, colleges, intervention organizations, and employers that will benefit from the platform.
Superb, thank you. So majority of our audience, our members, join FreeSC because they want to access tender opportunities, but they also, look out there for their own bidding opportunities as well. And how I imagine your platform is something that can enhance the bidding process. And that's, I guess, what I want to tell the audience today, for you to be able to, get your name out there. So tell us a bit more about what can you bring to bids to enhance that offer.
So you're absolutely right in that it's about how do we complement those bids. We wouldn't necessarily see ourselves as a lead bidder in some of these big government bid opportunities. We would need and want to partner with bigger organisations who have boots on the ground and are generally offering support and solutions and services to communities across the country. Our involvement would be an additional element, an additional product that enables those organisations that are bidding to showcase the potential of the communities that they are supporting. How can we bring that potential and that talent to life so that we end up with better employment opportunities for those individuals that these bids are designed to be supporting? And I think that's the missing link at the moment. The traditional way of assessing potential is through CVs and the words that are on your CVs. And if you don't have the experience or you don't have the words in your CVs, you tend to get overlooked. And the common word at the moment is you get regretted from the process. And what we want is that organisations who are supporting more marginalised communities are better able to reveal that potential and to share that data with the support organisations they're working for. So whether that's government bodies, to be able to say, look, here's the richness of data, here's how we can better spend our money and the bid money and the grant money we're getting to provide better outcomes and better results. And through the platform, we were able to track those outcomes and to demonstrate a return on investment and social impact. And I think that's really where the benefit comes, and that's the message for us today, is partner with us to make better use of that money so we get better outcomes at the end of it.
That's right. Fantastic. Thank you. So what's your geographical coverage?
In theory, we're international. We're a digital platform. Our focus to date has been around the southeast and Essex with the contracts that we've got with the local councils that we work with. So we're particularly interested in expanding that reach geographically across the UK to include Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland, of course. But ultimately, we're very interested in this being an international offering. It's an international problem about how do you identify hidden potential in communities that get overlooked and who require support. So we would love to partner with organisations that have that vision around internationalisation as well as UK-wide geographical support.
Thank you. And how can you be contacted?
The traditional way through, which is now the traditional way, through email. So nick@naturallytalentedme.com, and on our main website, which is www.naturallytalentedme.com, there are contact numbers that will go through to either myself or to my co-partner, Nikki Mears, who runs the business along with me. So drop us a line, get us on email, message on LinkedIn under the Naturally Talented Me page, and we'll come straight back to you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Nick, it was a pleasure talking to you today. I couldn't recommend your product more. You know, FreeSC loves what you do. I personally love what you do. And it's a pleasure working with you as a FreeSC member.
Thank you so much, and just I'd love to say we're really grateful for the support that 3SC's given us and the opportunity to profile what we do. It's great support. It's a great medium for us. So the partnership really works. And you didn't tell me to say that, but thank you.
I didn't pay you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you to everyone that listened to us today. If you are interested in becoming a member, you're not a member, but you're watching today, please get in touch. Have a lovely day, everyone.